Welcome to the Beard Me That Beer podcast show. I'm David.
And I'm Sam.
And today we're going to do things a little differently. I have not told Sam what we are doing today. What's the topic? What website are we going to? What test are we taking? He has no idea.
I'm absolutely in the dark right now.
And usually we say the idea now. But first, the news. Sam?
Why did you snort? Headline: Police. Another colon this week. Restaurant break-in suspect consumed beer, comma, ice cream. And that's it. That's the end of the headline. There's no... it looks like there should be more.
Colon?
There's a colon and there's a comma, but then there's
like,
only one comma with no and.
It sounds like the police broke in.
It's very confusing.
Yeah.
I don't know who wrote this.
So police are saying someone broke into a restaurant.
And drank beer and ate ice cream.
Sounds like a great restaurant. Is this
yeah.
Applebee's?
I'm about to find out.
Chili's.
This is dated the 18th of November.
All right.
In Asheville, North Carolina.
Can
Officers.
you actually pronounce the NC
Asheville,
one more time?
NC.
No. Not niece. Not niece.
No, I don't. That's unnecessary. That's all.
C. You don't pronounce
NC.
C with a K.
Okay. Officers with the North Carolina Police Department appeared to have no trouble finding the suspect in a break-in, possibly because he had a stomach ache. Asheville police say in a news release that patrol officers apprehended the man who broke into a downtown restaurant on Monday and apparently helped himself to some beer and ice cream. According to a news release, officers responded to a business on Patton Avenue. After a report of a forcible breaking and entering, the officers found open alcohol containers and and after a brief investigation, they found the suspect nearby. The man is charged with 2 counts of larceny after breaking and entering, felony breaking and entering. That's weird phrasing. The man was also served with an open warrant for second-degree trespass. His bond is set at $3,000. Now, that is the end of the text. And I thought there was more to this than that. It's just the guy just broke into a building for beer and treats.
What is he?
I don't know what the motivation is. I need more from the story.
He had a stomach ache. Is that conjecture or factual?
It says
perhaps,
possibly.
So this writer is being a giant.
So it's like
douche.
It's like he drank and ate too much. And
we don't know
what
that.
What I gather from this, it's like he ate and drank too much, and then he passed out in the place. That's what it sounds like.
They said they found him nearby. They didn't say they find him in the place.
What, in the parking lot?
I don't know. Like, what's the one thing, like, evidence? Like, cookie jar and there's crumbs all over you? Maybe he had, like, a bunch of ice cream smeared all over his face.
I want just dry ice cream and, like, a big beard and just, like, a trail of urine from, like,
beer.
A broken window
He's not
to,
a
like...
fucking rat. Just peeing on the ground. He
sounds like a rat.
Okay. I mean, he is. But he's not physically
I'm not wrong.
A rat. He's not dragging his testicles on the ground.
We don't know.
Peeing.
That's not mentioned.
All right.
I can infer.
Rat man breaks in.
Yeah. That's a much more colorful story.
Or raccoon boy.
Raccoon, yeah. Or it's like the Bat Kid from the... You remember those old National Enquirer? You never seen him? You never seen like an old black and white newspaper? It's just like just lies.
I know what the National Enquirer is. Why you bring it up?
I don't know, man.
Beyond me.
That's fun.
All right.
Just wholesome fun.
Don't steal beer or ice cream, even though they're both delicious.
Just pay for it.
I mean,
like you're supposed to.
You should. That's capitalism.
Or be friends with people that have the things, and then maybe they'll share some with you.
Thanks for the news, Sam.
You're welcome.
Time for the beer. All right, from North Park Beer Company. We have had North Park for sure on
all
the
of
podcast. Not all the beer. This one is Pogo Stick Whip.
It is
a POG milkshake IPA. Do you know what POG is, Sam? Not the
Pog, like a Pog champ, like that meme thing. What is it?
Poggers.
Poggers, yeah. There we go.
This is not that, but good.
I got
very
I know
good
things.
Estimate.
Yeah.
Like guess.
Yeah.
Like you did some brain
it's
work.
Relevant.
On it. Yeah. You're not right.
You could see the leap I made.
I will say this: you're not right, but you're not wrong.
I'll take it.
So I don't know. I don't know what POG is, like where it's from, but in the beer world, it stands for passion fruit, orange, and guava. POG.
Okay, I
So
follow.
the fruit
I follow.
that is used. In this beer, this is a POG milkshake double IPA with mosaic hops, passion fruit, orange, guava, milk, sugar, and Mexican vanilla bean.
Ooh.
So what makes vanilla bean Mexican? I'm asking you as the culinary expert on the show.
I mean, I would imagine it's produced in Mexico
You would think, right?
or by Mexicans,
Or that.
Latinos.
Like
Latino niños.
All things in this room are manufactured and built by small little children in countries that don't pay them much.
Your words.
Cheers.
All right. Let's get.
Let
me just uncap
why
this
he
diaper.
still fucking does that?
Huh?
Why do you tap the top?
Because I like to.
Why? Have you ever not done that?
Yeah. I feel incomplete. It doesn't feel right.
That's why I think you just do it because you're like,
It's a mechanical thing. I'm like, it's gross.
it's like
icky to
wiping
me.
after you take a shit. Like you feel gross after.
No, it's not. It's really not, David. I don't know. Why would you say that to me?
This smells amazing.
Disgusting. Does it? Well, it doesn't smell like a diaper.
It doesn't. I don't know why.
It says it. It says DIPA.
Spell
Sound it
diaper.
out.
Spell
Use
diaper.
your words.
Spell diaper.
Diaper.
Spell diaper.
I'm not saying diaper. I'm saying diaper.
I'm asking you to spell.
Like I'm from like New Jersey.
I'm
It's a
asking
diaper.
you to spell the word
word.
that you are saying with your mouth.
DI.
You are adding an R at the end. What's it taste like?
Ooh, mama, that smells and tastes real good.
I don't taste real any beer.
No, it doesn't.
It's
taste
really heavily creamy, sweet, really good taste. I don't get vanilla bean. I get sugar, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Orange. The carbonation tricks it into like orange soda. I taste the guava.
It's weird. It starts and it almost tastes like a dreamsicle kind of.
Creamsicle, yeah. It's
Yeah.
very creamy.
But
Maybe
then like
that's the vanilla bean, I guess.
that it like subtly morphs the flavor into like.
I do not
really
like
know.
the aftertaste 30 seconds after. It tastes great, and then it just gets stale. Makes you want to drink more.
Like it's weird. It does. It hits you with that cream pop flavor, and then it suddenly just turns kind of sharp for like in on. I wouldn't say an unpleasant way, but it's just like a
high
little. It's just
citrusy. It's acidic to me. It's very acidic and very citrusy. It tastes like orange soda, but with I don't want to say creamsicle because when I have like a creamsicle or cream soda, this does not taste like that.
It doesn't taste like a soda. It tastes
But-
like the ice cream to me.
Yeah, but not like I guess vanilla bean. Yeah, but they don't use vanilla bean in creamsicles, right? It
I'm just telling you
just
what it tastes like. That's all.
science building vanilla.
Yes, what you said.
That's good. Damn, a little. Now it's really tart. I'm getting a lot more passion fruit. I think.
I definitely. You know what it is? It's that end bit. I think that's the guava that you mentioned. Because it kind of has like a.
I'm
like a-
finding it hard to, like, hey, that's that and that. It
that's
plays
literally
very well.
It's literally the last thing I'm tasting. It trails off into like a sharp guava ish kind of
this is
passion
the first time I
fruity
got
kind
the
of
tart.
dragon fruit esque
There is
taste.
no dragon fruit in
I'm
that.
just saying it's that kind of quality.
Do you know what
to
a dragon fruit is?
It. Yeah. It's got like wings.
Like the nipples on the dragon. That's what
Yeah,
it's fruit.
yeah. They just carve them out.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all of it. That's the
how
whole
it's-
process. Yeah.
If you guys didn't know that, dragon fruit is actually dragon nipples off Komodo dragons.
Yep.
I don't even think Komodo dragons have nipples. but-
You know what? I cannot honestly say that I could anser that.
Do reptiles
don't
have
know.
nipples? They don't milk.
I know
give
it's a
milk to their
mammal
young.
thing.
Yeah.
Reptiles like eggs
Or
for the most part.
platypuses. They have eggs.
Nature's chimera.
Hybrid. Nature's what the fuck? There's a
That's the
couple-
randomizer button in
Yeah.
play right there. Just boop.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we got a duck bill and like a beaver body and
Yeah.
And it's poisonous.
Is it?
Yeah.
Its claws are poisonous?
I don't know if the claws are poisonous. I know it's poisonous.
Like if you eat it?
I don't know. Probably.
I don't know
if
what
it's
you mean by
poisonous,
that.
I think it's poisonous whether you eat it or not.
Well, like a snake, you can take the venom sac out of it. I'm asking how that poison comes out. Teeth or claws, or it protrudes it out
I
of
would
its skin.
imagine it's probably the claws, but who knows? Maybe it's like the tails like
I
lathered
don't
in
actually
a...
think it's poisonous.
I'm pretty sure it's poisonous.
What?
Why wouldn't it be? Look at it.
Why wouldn't it be?
It absolutely is.
Look at it. It's a fucking freak.
I'm going to Wiki. I'm going to find out later.
Anyways, this beer's great. And it's pogo. And it's 3 little fruit jumping up. I thought guavas were green. This is a very...
Maybe it's an unripe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a premature.
And
It's a
that's
guava
a passion fruit. I didn't know a passion fruit looked like a mango.
I mean, it looks too cheerful, I think, but
They all look creepy.
like in different ways. Like the orange one is just like
The orange one has killed multiple
he looks. Yeah,
people.
he's hiding murder.
Yeah.
and then the one in the middle's like
On drugs, actually. Look at his eyes. They're a little
I was gonna say
he's high.
I was gonna say the purple one definitely looks like it's on drugs.
Yeah. And then
This I don't know. The center one, they all look suspicious in
passion
different
fruit's
ways.
the poser.
Yeah. The
Thanks,
tryout.
No Fork Beer Company. No, it's good. It's just leaving a real... I don't like the taste that's left over. I want to keep drinking more.
You just want to drown it out with the before aftertaste taste.
So it's like a
the
beer
pre-taste taste.
beer you sip every 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Time to let Sam know what we're doing today.
I'm cautiously excited. I'm gonna laugh if it's something super lame.
Sam, are you ready for today's topic?
Depends.
I'm going to tell you the title. Are you ready? Let me actually get my questions ready.
Oh, you're prepared with questions.
Yeah.
So like, do I have to respond with questions in kind?
Yes.
But I don't know what we're doing. They're not gonna be as good, as well thought out. This is gonna be. It's probably gonna be really bad.
On this episode of the Beard Me That Beer podcast show, this is the Sam Onzo musical interview.
Are you fucking kidding me? Get out of here. Are you serious?
Sam, what was the first song, band, or event that first gave you inspiration to become a musician?
I don't think I like this right now. Really? Are you serious? You're not like...
Would I memorize that?
I don't know.
That was a long
I don't know how committed you are to a bit.
Committed.
Why? That's so much... Show the camera. Look at all the text you put out there.
I don't think they can see it.
That's
but,
gross.
yeah, it starts up here. It's just a couple 10 questions.
Okay, David, then I'm going to ask you...
You're not asking me anything. This is the Sam Onzo
I don't
musician
care.
interview. What was the first song, band, event that first gave you the inspiration to become a musician? These are thoughtful questions, by the way. So if you don't give a thoughtful answer, you're a dick.
I'll be honest, but I'm like...
There, okay.
They're like, that's fine. That's all we want. All right.
I'm going to lie.
I'm going to lie through my teeth.
Freddie Mercury.
One more time. So I just properly register. This episode's not going to do good. It's going to have low views,
I've
this
been
one.
wanting to do this for a long time. My pen is not working.
Oh, fantastic.
There we go. What was the first song or band or event that first gave you the inspiration to become a musician?
So, like, are we talking like that got me interested in music or like to...
What
like,
made you want to... Well, because for the people that don't know, Sam started with the trumpet, right?
yeah.
What? The catalyst to that.
Family, for
They
the
made
most
you.
part.
You were
It's like...
forced like a common whore.
No. So, all right. I'll do like the short, kind of detailed answer. So it's like I come from a somewhat musical family. Not really like performing artists, but it's like instrumentalist kind of family. So it's like my grandmother played like a couple different kind of string instruments. I had a few uncles that played string instruments, and then like various kind of woodwind and brass kind of things. So around the time when I was hitting middle school and band was like an option, I had I think a couple older cousins that were like playing trumpet at the time, and we had like a couple like loose horns in the family. Like, oh, if you do it, we'll go ahead and use one of these. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And like I didn't really have like I guess I didn't have like a developed musical taste at that point, because it's just like all of the stuff I listened to would just be like in the car with whatever my parents were listening. Like I didn't have like I didn't have that yet. Or maybe I did at that point. Eiffel 65. That's just like
school,
the first catchy thing I found on my own. But like I hadn't developed like my own like sense of. I'm like, oh, these are the things I like.
You were involved with it.
Yeah.
Family wise.
Yeah, they're like, oh, just do it. It's like it'll be good for you. And I was like, okay,
good for you.
Yeah, it's good. You need some kind of
you need culture,
constructive thing in your life outside of other things. Yeah,
discipline.
Yeah, but I think when I first started to kind of like find music on my own, I think like the emo stuff was real big at the time, and I think the first thing I found, I think I talked about this before, but I found Jimmy Eat World had just released like Futures, and like I think I was just channel surfing and I found it on like VH1 or something. Like they were playing the video for Pain. I really like that song. And then I found that, and then I kind of like stumbled into a couple other groups. Which one? That was one of the singles
on Jimmy Eat World,
on Futures. I don't feel the way I am. Yeah. Yeah, and then from there I kind of like stumbled into like My Chem and probably like The Used and all the other big like emo pop punk kind of things.
Way
at the time.
More emo too.
Yeah,
because then there was like pop emo. And then what Sam is describing as probably real grungy emo.
Yeah, I was just kind of like shopping around and like finding
at the time without realizing they were just way more dramatic music.
Yeah, especially when you get into like My Chem and like the Used.
It was like a show. Like, every song was like a show.
Yeah, it was like those guys are. I've kind of like just in my mind I've cemented them. It was like they're like the drama kids of like the emo rock scene, because they're so dramatic in all their stuff. So
it's like very artistic.
Yeah, and then shortly after that, like Fall Out Boy and Panic and all that stuff. So that's a big influence for me.
Okay, so Family was really the first.
That was the push into finding that stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, but I will say, I was doing all that stuff, but I wasn't very passionate about it. I was just kind of going through the motions.
Yeah. You're just like, okay.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah. I was doing, because I made friends doing it, and like, but I wasn't really super excited.
You're like, I can't wait to go. Yeah. Now it's just like another class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What instruments do you play?
So, all right. The ones I get the most practice on are my voice and the ukulele right now. But I do know I'm slowly, like, I kind of know like guitar chords and stuff, and
you don't kind of know guitar chords.
I do kind of. I know like basic, like just the regular major, a lot of major and minor chords. But like I couldn't do like, I don't think I could go and do like a pentatonic scale off the top of my head on like a guitar or
with
something
chords.
Like that. Well, I mean, like
you got to be a real musician for
or just go through like modes and stuff. Yeah, I like nothing really technical.
Yeah.
I can fumble around on keys a little bit. Like I can't probably play something straight, but I can figure stuff out.
But if someone gave you this part, like learn this, you probably learn it.
Yeah, give me a little bit of time and I'll knock it out. But I'm not a sight reader like that.
I mean, can you sight read with any instrument you play?
I mean, I used to with like horns, like trumpets, and I can more or less do it with ukulele.
High school level music.
Yeah. As long as it's just like, like not
as long as
triplets going between time signatures and tempos and
3, 4,
and
5,
just
6.
up and down multiple octaves. 3. Yeah. But those are probably the things I know best. But I feel like if you give me a little time with something, I can at least kind of on an elementary level figure something out. So yeah.
Describe your sound/style.
My sound/style. I think my comfy space, I can't really. I just generally like to lump it in and call it like pop rock, kind
Okay.
of. It's not necessarily just pop rock because I like to pull from a couple different things, and sometimes that means that song to song it's not necessarily consistent because I feel like they're all kind of doing their own thing. But I'll say pop rock.
Okay.
But I do have like a lot of like.
I wish there
rock
was like
and-
a genre, because that kind of music, it doesn't feel rock, but it's not pop, but it's not punk.
Yeah, it's like
just like there's like a soft.
if you had like a Venn diagram.
There's a softer version of rock
Yeah,
and punk.
but it's not soft rock.
It's not,
It's like harder than soft rock, but it's not rock.
but it's not hard. Yeah, but it's not soft, because soft
Yeah.
rock is like
It's
soft.
like that's like slow. That's not slow jams. It's the way we name things is like kind of frustrating sometimes.
Well, it's like if you took like a Chuck Berry's softest rock song, soft rock, but you can't describe Johnny Be Good as rock.
I mean, Johnny Be Good is
Rockabilly, maybe.
it is
But
it is definitely rooted in rock.
But I'm just saying, I think there should be a term for songs that use guitar, use bass, use drums, but it's not rock.
That's
but-
why I just
but-
settle for like
yeah.
pop rock.
And I guess you can just use pop, but now pop is so ambiguous.
That's why I try and like I kind of
Everything.
help a little more
It's
by giving the
really just
extra.
defined as
Yeah.
popular.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Even like outside of just that, like I've been asked that before, and like I just don't. I'm still trying to find a good answer for that because I don't know. I don't think I'm a very good judge of my own sound either.
Yeah, and then also like the stereotypical ukulele is not
No, yeah.
in pop music.
I mean, like I know the way I tend to write and play. It's like I don't think that's what comes to mind for most people when you say, "Oh, I play ukulele."
Oh, you must only play Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, I love
Jason Mraz.
Jason Mraz. I'm
Yeah.
like, me too,
Yeah.
but I don't think I
not.
sound like that. I can sound
If
like
Jason Mraz came out now,
Uh-huh.
I think it'd be closer than Jason Mraz, 25 years ago. Now, because technology.
that. Yeah, I mean,
and
like
the influences
that would
of-
mean
yeah.
he would have been closer to my age,
Yeah.
and he would have heard more contemporary stuff, and then
Yeah.
like that would have influenced. Yeah, exactly. But that's time you come up and all that.
But yeah, I don't think you're Jason Mraz.
No, I can definitely do a pretty sweet rendition of "I'm Yours" and other.
And all 500 other thousand people that have ever played
Yes, very
I'm Yours,
basic cover.
You
yeah.
can literally Google it, and it just
Everybody-
You could not scroll through. I don't think Google's like, no, 50 pages. That's it. We're done
Go
after that.
just type in like
Actually,
ukulele
don't
covers.
even waste your time. Don't do it.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, if you were to type in ukulele covers on YouTube, just about everybody, I'm sure that posts ukulele videos has covered that song.
I'm Yours. What's that other?
That train song.
Yeah,
Hey Soul
Train.
Sister. Fucking hate
Somewhere
that song.
Over the Rainbow.
You're trying to think of the big ones.
Definitely the top three.
Riptide. Riptide's a really big one.
I don't know what that song is.
I was scared of Dennis and the dog.
I don't know.
It's like I forget who the artist is.
Okay, thank you for describing or attempting to describe your sound or style. This next question might be my favorite.
Really,
From your own music, what's your favorite song?
my favorite song. Okay, let me go through.
Favorite song.
All right, the stuff I've released as Sam Onzo, I've done.
You can do before
Yeah.
just your music.
Yeah. That's a tough question, man. I don't know. Like,
I think you do.
I could tell you probably the ones I've played the most.
Oh, favorite. Not the most played.
That's really tough, man. Like the last one I put out, The More You Know, I had a lot of fun writing it. It can be a little wonky playing it because there's like some weird structure things in it, but
Favorite song.
I know.
All
And like the Gambit, I really like the Gambit a lot because that's
I like Stop
yeah. Hiding. I feel like Hiding and the Gambit are
your
really
little-
close.
with your GoPro, or not your GoPro, your DJI Osmo.
Yeah. You helped me with a really cool acoustic-y version of it. I do like that one a lot too.
That's a good one. But then there's maybe songs that you've done and finished and never released.
Uh
Not actually.
I just finished one last week that I'm pretty proud of.
But
Just
is it your
writing, but I
favorite?
haven't recorded it or anything.
So it sounds like it's 3 songs right now. You got to pick between 3. Is that what you're saying? The Gambit.
I like
Hiding,
the
and-
Gambit, Hiding, The More You Know, and if I want to throw it back, I really like that Selfish song I have. That's like the slow ballady kind of. If it means a lot to you, kind
What's
of one.
your favorite? It's like Choosing Children. I know.
It is.
That's actually probably even worse than Choosing Children because some children are dicks. So you obviously know.
Yeah, I spent a
They're
lot of
not the
time on these
favorite.
children. Yeah, spent a lot of time on these children rather
Okay.
than
Let's just be
few minutes.
Let's be darker. Which ones are obviously not your favorite?
obviously.
Yeah. Like you release it and you're like, you know what? I had to release it. We're done.
Just get
But
it
it's
out of
not,
here.
It's not my favorite.
Well, there's definitely. See, I hate to say that.
No, but you're being constructive. and-
Probably like there's some that I wish I would have spent more time
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Like
That's
I like
fine. That's fine.
like I like what's released. I would consider maybe like a second draft or something. Probably the first single I put out as myself, Hearts and Crafts. I really like that song, but the version I put out, like I think I only spent maybe 2 recording sessions on it, and it's really bare bones. It's just like 2 ukulele parts and then like 1 vocal melody and a couple harmonies.
Which isn't bad.
It's not bad. I like that song a lot.
If you're
but it's just
comfortable and love layering, then yeah, it probably wouldn't be
like
your.
if I were to do that now, I would have had like bass,
Yeah.
drums, and like a more full-bodied kind of sound.
Yeah.
See, but that hurts me to even say that because I like that song.
Yeah, it's been said. It's it's recording.
Okay.
So we now know Sam hates Arts and Crafts.
Okay, Hearts and Crafts. But
In
favorite,
fact,
I didn't pick.
If you can do a favor, make that the most played song he has.
It's. I look.
It was your first one, so it should kind of.
It's up there. It's not the most listened one I have right now.
I'm not saying it, but it should be up there based on time on
Sure,
charts.
you would think. But favorite, I didn't pick a favorite. I would say. I'll say Hiding.
Hiding's a good one.
Yeah, and I've probably been. I've played that one a lot.
It is
Pretty
a good
familiar
one.
with that
Cool.
one.
Hard question, huh?
Yeah, it is a hard
All right,
question.
let's get into the economics of the music business.
Okay,
Streaming is the new way of playing music.
correct.
As a musician, what are the good and bad things about this? To you, to your situation.
For my experience,
I'm getting fucked.
absolutely. I am like, granted, I'm making more money having things released as opposed to not having things released because
But is that money
it's
in direct relations to how much you work for each song
it's definitely it's not.
and how much you put
It
into
is not.
each song?
All right,
Work
peek behind the
and
curtain.
money.
at least to my experience, time in the studio is expensive,
Yeah.
and
A good studio will, I mean, that's hundreds of dollars.
like
Yeah.
for like just hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's really like a more involved kind of song, those numbers add up pretty quick, depending on like the amount. Well, I guess it's really just time that you spend doing things. If you're like me and you're terrible at selling yourself, advertising, marketing, you're just not very business minded. You better get somebody on your side that knows how to do that stuff, or it's just you're gonna be struggling to justify like those expenses for yourself. Because like I haven't made a whole lot of money, and I've probably been releasing stuff online since like 2019, and it's 2021 right now, and I haven't made a whole lot. But like that's not necessarily why I do it though. I just
But-
like doing things.
Going back to making a lot of money, you don't make a lot of money,
Period.
but artists, I mean, the money you get is not a lot, period.
No, I like
So-
that's just for my case, but I think in general it's just like there's a huge disparity between like the amount of time and energy like an artist
Yeah.
will put into a thing and like the amount of money these services like
Take.
streaming services like your Spotify's, your Apple Music's, your
YouTube,
Tidals,
everything.
YouTube's, like they only give you like so much of like a percentage of
And-
they take a big cut.
You are what is called self-label.
Yeah, I'm
You-
independent.
You're the label.
Right.
You're doing all that. So you have the ability to make more money.
I can.
But because Sam doesn't put money into, like he said, marketing,
Yeah.
it's harder for him to make that money.
Yeah, it's
Even though I'm saying marketing, just because you have good marketing doesn't mean you're going to get
it doesn't, but
anything out of it.
definitely improves your chances.
Yeah. Like having SEO and being able to know what are the good words to put, like your webpage and all
Yeah.
that. Those are all very good, but they also may not work.
Yeah, there's no guarantee, but there's no guarantee really in anything. So.
Yeah. Having a label though is a pretty big help, but that's impossible now.
It's
It's-
and you know it's
the-
all about what
yeah.
you want out of it because if you get wrapped up in like a say like some kind of deal with like a record label, like they don't do that for free.
They own you.
They
Your soul.
yeah, like
You are
get a
workhorse.
lawyer or be real good at reading because you got to go over that documentation
Every
real well
page.
because
So the bad part, you get 0.001
It's-
of a fucking penny per play, right? It's bad.
it's okay. So depending on what streaming service, so like if you're an independent artist and
'Cause
you
I'm
want to
sure
get your
you
music
use
out,
a distro.
yeah. So I'm an independent artist and like to get these songs and stuff out to the various stores and whatnot, you need what's called a distributor. And if like you can get there's quite a few different options, but in this day and age, most of the stuff you're looking to get is going to be digital. There's a lot of services that do digital and physical, but physical's kind of been going downhill for like a long
You
time
must
now.
be very big.
Yeah.
And have been.
It's very
big,
expensive.
yeah.
But like you could go through like TuneCore was one. I use DistroKid. There's CD Baby. But yeah, all these they all basically do more or less the same thing. They'll
The same as podcasts do and audiobooks.
like,
anything
we use-
audio, yeah.
like for us, like Beer Me That Beer, we use one called
Buzzsprout.
Buzzsprout,
And
which
it does basically the same thing.
Yeah.
You upload, this is where I want it.
right.
Go.
And they'll give you like they'll put it out to the various stores. That sometimes there's an option where it's like, oh, there's an ever expanding range of stores that like new ones are constantly coming in, and like they're like, oh yeah, we'll push it out to those for like an additional fee maybe
Yeah.
sometimes.
So yeah. So you just pay.
Yeah, like I like DistroKid works perfect for me because it's more of like think of like a Netflix or something. It's like an annual subscription. So I just pay one time over the course of a year, and it's not very much. Whereas like CD Baby, TuneCore, it's
They
like
don't take a cut though, right?
no, you get all of that.
Nice.
But like CD Baby, TuneCore, they'll do
take-
like they charge you. I think they charge a subscription
Description?
and they charge per release.
Yeah. And then I bet after like 20, 30,000 plays, they'll start taking more.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't use them.
That's how, yeah. Usually it's like the more you play, there's like, well, now that you're getting more, we want more.
Yeah. But
Which
yeah.
I guess kind of makes sense because they are the ones, it's their server.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, there's, I understand,
It
but
takes money to run servers, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they're not that expensive.
true.
Raid
yeah.
servers are expensive, but no distributor should be making thousands and thousands and thousands
On
of
somebody,
dollars
on what is basically somebody
not their
else's
work,
work.
yeah.
Yeah. They just give them.
That being said, I think the time is coming where there will be some independent label conglomerate that will be like, you can make whatever you want, but
if it doesn't exist already.
yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's because Spotify, all that copyright, all that it's gonna burn down because people do not like it.
Well, it's just the music industry is just kind of
Well,
a mess in general at this point.
And the
in time,
worst
so.
part is, it's the listeners. Like they just don't care.
But they totally have the power.
They
that's
can
the crazy
literally
part.
Stop listening
Yeah.
to Spotify, And
They
this
could choke.
all could change.
They could choke all of
Yeah.
these services into
What
doing
is,
whatever they want, but
what's the
we're
most-
not unified.
What's the independent one that like people really like? And every like Friday, the first Friday of the month, they give all proceeds to the artists.
Is that Bandcamp?
Bandcamp, yeah. Use
But nobody
Bandcamp.
uses Bandcamp.
Yeah, because it's so fucking emo.
It's
Good answer though.
Yeah.
So good because it's everywhere. Mm-hmm. Bad. You probably should make more money. All right, real hard question.
Okay.
Do you think you deserve to make more money than you do right now?
I don't know if
Honestly,
I honestly.
should you make your investment back? Yes or no?
I mean, that's the dream. I feel like I should be, but I don't
Good.
think. Like, I don't think I'm owed. Nobody owes that to
I'm
me.
not saying you're owed anything.
Yeah.
I'm saying, do you think you deserve from the work that you've done? You know, like just
Right.
hard work should be paid off. Yes or no?
Yeah. I believe you
Okay,
should,
cool.
but then again, nobody's asking me for this.
I'm just saying, Spotify, it's coming. I want it to burn. I want to watch the world burn.
There's change coming.
It has to, but I'm also worried that listeners won't change because it's so easy.
It is. That's the problem.
I
It's
don't
like it's
listen to Spotify. I don't listen to any of those subscription based. I will buy my media. I buy CDs. I put them online. I just don't agree with subscription based plans.
oh, and I
Now,
totally get it.
TVs and movies and stuff like that, way different.
Really?
Way different.
So what's the difference there?
Because I don't get to support independent movie creators on Netflix. There isn't a independent.
There's no alternative.
There isn't. Like, yeah, we have independent film, like, you know, but they
Wait, I was like-
distribute through big
Yeah.
platforms. Amazon, they all do it very easily. But it's much easier to go to a website that someone made. Hey, buy, ship, whatever. Find that CD and buy it. Let's go back to physical. Let's make more trash for the environment. This is the only time I'm saying physical. Yeah.
Let's bump up our
buy
waste.
the plastic.
Buy the plastic.
All right. To the future, Sam. Any goals, music-wise, for 2022?
2022. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I'm actually taking an enormous step backwards. No, of course. Like,
Vinyl.
all right. So this isn't gonna come as a shock, but that my office job that I quit.
Yeah.
So many odd months back. That was a pretty steady source of income.
Yeah.
That let me do a lot of things.
So now you're like...
So now I have
you
less so that
you have to make some decisions.
I do. I
like
really,
all in
yeah.
or back to
Well, not
part-time.
necessarily. It's just like, you know, like I was saying earlier, like studio time is expensive. So where's that money coming from? I'm like, you have to be sacrificing some stuff.
Not this.
Or strip back your release schedule. Or at least like, you know, slow down a little bit. But I don't want to slow down. You know, you always want to like see some kind of growth as time goes on. So I figure I'm still writing. I'm still working on new music. But I think it's just getting that studio time is a little bit of a hurdle for me right now, just because the funds aren't
So
quite there.
you're actually are slowing down. That's what you're saying for 2022.
Like if you're looking for new releases for
No,
me,
I'm just asking
like
you.
polished releases.
But you're probably going to be playing more.
No, absolutely. That's kind of been the thing, especially coming, you know, not like we're coming out of the pandemic, but you
We're
know,
still
with
in the pandemic, but yeah.
yeah, but with like, you know, businesses going back and forth between open and not, there's more musical opportunities
There's a call
available
for people to be out.
for performances.
And music could be one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me see. So I've been, well, I mean, I was out like the past couple of weeks, but I've been steadily ramping up on like my live performing kind of stuff. And I've just been just going around scoping out places to play, potentially get paid to play, which that's a whole nother conversation that I struggle with because that's
And I will say this, Sam is not a doormat, but he ain't talking to anyone very confident.
well, yeah, it's at this point.
I will say he's not a doormat, but he's not the most confident person when it comes to dealing with business
Right.
or adult things.
Well,
When's the last time you went to the doctor?
it's not the same. I don't care.
It's not the same.
It's not. It's really not.
I'm been dying.
I care about music.
But you need your body for that.
No, it's just.
Sam's gonna. The most ironic thing, Sam's gonna get fucking cancer in the throat.
It's fine. I'll figure out something else. It's fine. All right. I can't sing anymore. Composer
Who's
now.
that guy?
What? I'm gonna be like the Louis Armstrong. It's rude. That guy had a beautiful voice.
When I was a young boy.
Yeah. Hey, there
That's
could be a
Sam.
market for that.
That's
like
Sam.
that crooner emo covers.
But yeah, all right. So I want you to bring up that app you were telling me about.
Oh,
I really think that's a stupendous idea.
yeah.
Super smart
Okay. Going along with this idea
of playing more.
of playing more. So, especially if, you're a performing artist like me and you struggle to
Interface and get your name out there.
not interface. Well, yeah, I guess in a way. Just marketing yourself, like selling yourself to these venues and whatnot. Just like, hey, I would love to play here, and I feel like this would be beneficial for both of us. So I suck at that. But
I mean, he said beneficial for both of us. I wanted to kick him out of my home right now for saying, like, get the fuck out.
I mean, like you have
pyramid
to
scheme.
pitch these things to these people
I'm just
where it's
saying.
like, entice me. Yeah, and granted, what I was doing, while I don't think it's a bad idea, like since I suffer from like I'm just an idiot in social settings, like I've been going to open mics whenever I can and just like playing every available chance I get, and like just being in the atmosphere and around these places and like get in front of these people. Like maybe I don't go out of my way to talk to them, but they get familiar with your face and they're like, oh, okay, well, we know what you do because we see you here every week or whatever. And that's like my slow game. But there are other options available which might be more fruitful.
What's it called?
For one, a few months back, I discovered this really cool app, which I stand by because it's just, I think the idea is awesome.
I think it's groundbreaking.
It's essentially Uber for musicians.
I wouldn't say
It's
Uber
it's like
because
they took that business idea
you're not
and
in
applied
your car
it.
and playing for the person in the car. That'd be cool though.
I mean, that's also something. But basically, this app is called Gigtown. It was made by like these, I guess I think it was like this father-son duo out of here.
Geniuses.
It's
Geniuses.
It's a really good idea. But basically, they came up with this idea because they're like, hey, places like restaurants, wineries, even like private
place,
events,
yeah, and-
like they look for entertainment, and like, we have San Diego County, even just here locally, there's like a lot of talent around, and some of these a lot of time these places don't know how to get in touch with these people, and like, how do we bridge that gap?
And let's be honest, Facebook isn't the best
Yeah,
for sharing content. YouTube, yes, but are people going to YouTube first? No,
not necessarily.
it's Facebook
Right.
or Yelp.
Yeah.
And if you are a big man, you have a business, and that's already set up.
Right.
But for someone like Sam, independent, wants to do gigs all the time, perfect.
In theory.
In theory.
In theory.
That
Doesn't
being said,
necessarily.
San Diego is still the worst place to be, and I will say this over and over again, for live music.
Not necessarily because it's bad for it. It's just
It's the vibe. People are lazy. People don't like they only go to big shows.
Yeah.
But they don't want to go to the coffee shop to see
right.
some guy.
Not necessarily,
The-
but no, I see what you mean. But the other thing is, especially in San Diego, it's competitive. There's a lot of
We are very close
aspiring
to LA. Yeah.
musicians.
People
out there.
rather, it's like you live in San Diego and you go to LA to do work,
Right.
and then you come back, and you don't have to, because you don't have to live in LA.
No,
Because LA sucks.
who wants to
Yeah.
live there? I mean, you can. I would never.
If you were born there and like you just stay there, great.
And you didn't know any
that
better.
is okay.
Yeah.
But if you're like, I'm gonna go to LA and live there,
I've been literally anywhere else.
You should rethink and maybe move to Ohio.
But anyway, this super cool app, they basically just act as like a middleman. So they have this platform where musicians like myself, they can make it's almost like a Facebook profile. Basically, it's just an artist profile where you can do like a short bio of yourself, and then you can post links to like your music, your videos, and like it leaves people options to like review you.
Can you give like, hey, this much will get you this much?
It's not like a Patreon.
I'm thinking like Fiverr. This would like Fiverr could buy this out and implement it into their large platform already, because that's what Fiverr is, just for not just for live shows.
I mean, as far as I could tell, I haven't seen that. I'll
pay for an hour for $100.
Like, I think you can post like rates.
Okay,
Like there's
but
an option.
not like I'll play for an hour and only do covers for $300.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. I haven't posted a rate.
Town is awesome though. I think it's so smart.
It's a cool idea.
Those guys
and like basically they like, so that's on the artist side, but like for the hosts, like all these vendors or whatnot, like they all they have to do, make a profile, and then they just if they have an event coming up, they just give it a name, give in some details like date and time, and like what kind of musical act you're looking for. Like you could specify like some genres if you want a soloist, like a duo, or like a full band even. And then you know, if it is an event that you're posting for, you can like just put down like a straight fee, like whatever expense you're willing to pay. So it's like 3-hour set, like 80s songs at like a resort, for like $300.
I mean,
And then you post that, and then like, you know, whatever artist like have to stumble upon it, they can all reply to it, and then you can check them out, see what you like, and then pick the one you want. So
I love it.
yeah,
I love it.
it's cool.
It's kind of like that. What is that show where the truck driving show, where they bid on jobs?
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
It kind of reminds me of that. When we were talking, I was like, that is just you're making bids,
Right.
Yeah. So you got to be on it.
Yeah, you got to be on it. Like I'm constantly like replying to just whatever new things they post like week to week, and so far I've only gotten booked for one.
Come on.
And it was like a brunch gig,
How'd it go?
this past October. I thought it was good. The turnout was it was right around what is it? Oktoberfest. And it was like the place that I went to, like they had just hosted like an Oktoberfest event the day before. So it was like,
well, you couldn't play that. They wanted a German.
no, they were looking especially for this day. And like, there wasn't a lot of people that showed up, but the people that were there was like,
that's great.
yeah,
I love
it was just
the idea.
fine. I'm like cool with that. So
Awesome. All right. Next question. What is your favorite and least favorite part about being a musician?
That's a tough one, because I know it's not the same answer for everybody.
It definitely isn't.
Yeah.
But not everyone. Like every musician is at different level, because
Yeah,
there's just being a musician is really like like being a penny on the ground. Everyone's different. Every
Exactly.
penny's different, and which is awesome.
it's cool. I mean, I really appreciate just the variety of stuff.
So favorite and least favorite thing about being a musician.
Let me see. Probably, I would say writing, but not
That's your favorite?
initially.
But that's your favorite.
When you're in the midst of, when you're on a roll, like you have an idea and you're just in the pocket and you're like, oh my God, this feels great. Like, and you just keep putting down these ideas and you're like, oh yeah, no, this is perfect. Like that is so exciting to me. Like, just that process, like in the midst of that, not getting started, but when you kind of have a handle on what you're doing,
coming out organically, and just good ideas.
So I guess, and to kind of like couple with that, probably like even just like demoing when you like are fleshing out ideas. So like for me, like I like to, when I'm writing, it's usually like I'll do like vocal and like a real basic ukulele rhythm part. But when I couple that with demoing, then I start layering different elements. So it's like I'll be coming up with like leads and maybe some light percussion and like a bass guitar or something. But that's real exciting to me. I really like that part of it.
Least favorite.
Least favorite. I would say, so I like performing like a lot, but if I'm performing in a group, I'm kind of a weirdo. I don't like relying on other people a whole lot because.
Are you talking about like they may not show up?
No, it's like
Or-
not that they don't show up, but like I'm kind of a perfectionist. So if like say I'm playing with a group and like we rehearsed something and then this is us playing it at like a gig or a show or something for like the first time, and like I can tell right away that somebody is not playing the way they've been playing, like if they're just off, I get upset.
Okay.
And I feel like that shows, and that's not what people want. They don't want to see you being upset. They're just there for a good show. And then I get it in my head, I'm like, I'm noticing this. Everyone here is noticing this. I'm like, you're doing a bad job. And I don't want to
they're
be
not.
the bad guy
Yeah.
and say you're doing a terrible job, because I'm not like that. But that's here. And I hate that.
So you don't like
I
having a bad vibe on stage.
I hate playing a bad show when I know it's not my fault.
What about when it is your fault?
When it is my fault, I
I'm
still
having
hate
a-
it.
I
I
still-
still
but I'm
hate it,
having
but
a
I
great
eat it.
time.
I eat it up. I'm like, oh, you fucked up. I'm like,
That's fine.
just roll with it, man. But don't stay bad.
Yeah.
Do
But
what you
when
can.
it's someone else, it's
when
like,
it's someone else and everything else about the performance is going great, it's just the one thing and it's consistently bad, that's going to drive me
because
nuts.
they're probably high or drunk.
They're high or drunk, or they just don't care, or there's something else going on, and I'm like, I regret this. I shouldn't be playing with you. I hate that. But I don't want to, because I don't like hating people like that. Because I'm like, you got up on stage, you play music, you should feel excitement
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this. So
And as a solo musician, you hired them.
sometimes
Okay.
it depends.
I'd be extra pissed if I paid.
If I
someone to do
paid
that.
somebody, I'm like
But if
never.
they agreed to not do it for pay,
Yeah, if it's like a free thing,
Can I be mad? Not
Yeah.
really, because they're spending money
right?
to be here.
I'm a little more forgiving.
Yeah, I would say I wouldn't. I'd be upset, but
Yeah.
like I wouldn't. But if I paid, I'd be like,
Right.
"You're done."
So I've had a few instances of
Yeah.
that in the past, and I did not like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I kind of generally just do solo stuff. I don't
But
even like.
you do backing tracks and so
Yeah,
you do full band.
I like to I like that sound, but I don't like the possibility of it not sounding the way I want it to sound. So kind of anal about that. That's it. That's what you get.
Okay,
Hope you guys are enjoying this.
that won't be in there. What is the biggest problem you have encountered in your journey of being a musician besides money?
Besides money,
That's gonna be really hard because everything is money.
it's true. Money is a big
If you had $1 million
Impediment.
to be a musician, you would go through that in a year.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I would say studio time, doing a full album as much as you can.
Right.
That's at least 10,000. At least.
for just a
mixing,
typical 12
probably another
track.
2 to 5. Marketing, probably 10.
I mean, if you are trying to reach
and that's
everybody.
if you're breaking it down into months, graphics, distribution. Yeah. I could easily go through $1 million. But yeah, what's the hardest part besides playing on stage with bad people? You can't use that.
I can't. Fuck. That's such a good excuse
It
for
is a
things,
good
though.
excuse, but you got.
I already use it. You have to
the
hit new
journey.
things.
The journey.
I think a lot of I don't know if all musicians go through it, but I know a lot of like singer-songwriter types. I think when you get in your own head a lot, like I feel like the thing that stops me from doing a lot of stuff that I want to do is me a lot of the time. So it's like
Getting over that or through that.
just working through all of like the self-doubt and like just kind of, I know it's negative, but like sometimes you'll put yourself down and be like, you're like, oh, is this a good idea? And like, you're like second guessing yourself about like the choices you're making. And then, there's like a voice in the back of your head that's like, no, don't do that. Don't waste your time. That's not a good idea. You could do something else. And like, but maybe that thing that you're putting down is like the thing. So,
50-50 though, right?
yeah, 50-50. But I'm trying to get over that. I think that's a constant battle. I don't think you're ever gonna fully win. So it's just you just got to be more open to trying stuff and just be nicer to yourself. I think.
So self-doubt.
Yeah. Well, not
Or
even
taking the criticism as criticism and not eating too much into it.
Yeah, it's like making things personal for yourself when really it's just to help you. Yeah. And like it's not necessarily just like from like yourself as an individual, but even just like hearing like critiques in the wild.
Yeah.
Just like someone's like, hey, I really like, say you like did like a short set and like somebody you don't know heard you for the first time. Like, hey man, I really enjoyed this part of your thing.
But
And sometimes there's a but, sometimes they're not. When there's a but, it's like, if you're anything like me, you like you zone in on that thing and you're like, oh, that broke that performance. You're like, that ruined that whole thing. Or if they only talk about one part of your thing, you're like, well, why don't they talk about the other stuff? Yeah. So,
well, I mean, people are entitled to their opinions.
it's true. But
And
you know, you don't do yourself any favors by boxing yourself
You're not
out like
water,
that.
Sam.
Be like water, my friend.
I mean, water, like everyone likes
That's like
water.
Bruce Lee said.
Everyone needs water.
Yeah,
You're not
stay
water.
hydrated. Be healthy.
You're not.
Yeah.
Hydration.
Drink your diapers.
This is a salad, a fruit salad. If I break it down, it's a fruit salad with a glass of water.
See, that's called being kind to yourself.
Treat yourself.
Generalize. Yeah.
2 more questions.
Okay.
This one is, I think a lot of people will enjoy.
Really?
If you could go back in time and give one piece of advice to yourself about your music career, what would it be?
If I could go back in time and tell myself about my music career,
Any advice you would give yourself?
fucking start earlier.
Okay, well, that's impossible. So
Yeah, I feel like-
this is that's not the point. Advice, not like no.
Something you could actually
I'm
change.
leaving the time machine here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill myself. Take it back. Kill yourself there and take his spot and start earlier.
Yeah. Not with what I know now, but start earlier so when I get to this point,
Advice.
I'll know more.
You idiot. It's not predestination.
Write a lot.
No matter what.
Write a lot no
No
matter
matter
what.
if it's good or bad.
Just get it out of your
just
system.
get it out.
Yeah,
a good
because like I think what did I hear? I heard this awesome. I don't know if it was like it was definitely like, I take it as a piece of advice. I don't remember if I read it or I overheard someone saying it, but they're like, write drunk, edit sober. So it's like, just get the rawest whatever emotional kind of thing out of your system, and then don't look at it like, try and take like an objective look at it. Just get it out there. Don't like start editing it until it's complete, and then go in and just be like, okay, what can I salvage from all this stuff?
What is blah blah blah?
What is the most compressed, isolated, just strongest version of this thing, and just
Or just
do
idea
it.
wise. Hey,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
So like it could be anything from like a lyric or like a melody or even just like an instrumental part. Just find something out of like just a bunch of crap that you do, and then just like, pick it out and then
See
iron it out.
If you
Yeah.
can plant a seed.
yeah, because you have like a billion bad ideas, but there's bound to be some good ideas, some salvageable
All right,
ideas.
Thomas Edison, chill.
It's
I didn't find one way to, discover the light bulb. I discovered a million ways not to.
But like that's not even just for like young me. I mean, if you're an aspiring creative, not even just like a musician, but just like just make stuff.
Yeah.
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 I feel like that would have been real helpful to a young me.
Use it. Now you're still young. 35 is young.
Good thing. Good thing too.
I'm not 35.
Good thing that's not my age. So
Sam is actually 30.
thank you.
A real old 30.
Thank you for comment. Yeah. Let's wrap this show up. Huh?
Sam's like, that is the
Over
most
it.
truthful
That is
thing
very honest.
I've ever heard on this
Yeah,
show.
it's a very honest take.
Last question.
All right.
And this is Sam's chance to sell it. What is the best way people can support your music career?
Huh? Best way to support my.
Please kill me. That is
Just end it now, please. I mean, if I'm honest,
COVID gods.
give me
kill
money. No, I'm like,
Yeah, a little donation.
hit me up on
button.
Venmo. No, I mean, like, honestly, that's the most realistic.
Hire me.
Yeah, well,
Buy my music. Wait, do you have a buy page? Is there a place people can buy your music?
I mean, it all depends where you listen to music.
No, like, do you have a website?
No.
Can you go on DistroKid and look up Sam Onzo?
I mean, DistroKid's the distributor.
I know, but some like CD Baby.
Yeah, I think you could,
Okay,
but
you don't have a Bandcamp.
I do. I have to update it.
but if
I'm behind a few releases.
This is your chance, Sam. This episode comes out next week. You gotta be
If you're in
prepared.
San Diego and you need some entertainment
just
and you like our show,
just for yourself in your garage or
I'll
living room,
I'll play like
or
a
dungeon.
I'll play for
You
drinks.
can have this large mocha-ish man
Mocha.
come here.
No, but like you know, just find me
Gigtown.
online. Yeah, book me on Gigtown, or just if you want, even just not book me, but like come see me. Like there's a calendar thing on there. I don't have anything scheduled.
Is it Sam Onzo?
Same, yeah, ONZO.
So it's like gigtown.com/Sam
Yeah,
Onzo.
and then like there's like an artist search option, and you can find
there's
me that
no
way.
direct URL though.
If the best way to do that is just go through our Instagram, Beer Me That Beer, go to our link tree, and then go to
Guess
my option, and I also have a link tree, and that has all of my socials.
Guess who put that there?
Yeah,
David did.
best buddy.
David did.
Best buddy. Yeah, no, I mean like, no pressure whatsoever. But like, if you've ever heard any of my stuff and you like it,
Buy it.
just listen to it
So you
wherever.
do you have Apple Music? Like, can I buy
It's
your
on-
music
it's on- I think-
Apple Music
I think it's on Apple Music. It's on iTunes
for purchase though?
Yeah.
like 99 cents.
Yeah. So
$1.59.
whatever online store where you can purchase things, I'm probably on it.
Buy his music. That is the best way, or hire him for a gig,
Or just you know,
Venmo
just
him.
leave me a cool comment somewhere.
Like do a cover
something.
of,
Yeah.
of Freebird on ukulele, all parts.
No, it's too. I don't want to do that.
That's hard. That'd be sick though on ukulele, all parts.
I think I've seen some pretty cool Freebird covers, but it's like that's
That's a
that's not my
musician.
genre. Anyway,
Or skill level.
I mean, like I could like mystery guitar man that stuff, but I don't think I could play it like legit.
Solo's hard. But yeah, thank you for agreeing to this interview, Sam. Sam knew about this.
I did not.
He did not know anything.
This was-
It was fucking amazing.
I don't like
He
to
was so pissed.
I don't like to highlight stuff about
If we
myself.
can actually freeze the frame when I actually told him, you could see how angry
Legit,
he was.
like
he was angry.
The different phases.
There's Sam is
Did he really just
Sam's
say that?
there's Sam's pissed, which is not that angry because he's just like stop, and then there's Sam angry. He's like, this actually might be the worst day of my life.
Where like I'm like, if I were to die right now,
That meteorite, COVID, whatever, kill me.
please.
It's almost like a stranger talk to him.
Yeah, it's almost.
Actually-
it's really close.
actually.
It's in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But
I appreciate it. You being honest though.
yeah, this was. I'll admit this was, kind
fun.
of. This was kind
Sam
of. fun.
enjoyed his time. If you go back and look at every answer, he is being thoughtful.
Well, I mean,
And
like,
they weren't stupid fucking questions either. I took my time.
yeah, no,
Damn it.
David, you're good for interviews. You're good.
I had other questions too. We just don't have time.
Well, we'll have to flip this at some point.
No, we
So,
won't.
David,
I
why
had-
did you
I had
start the
one about
channel?
Your creative process, your strengths, your favorite venues. Like, I had tons of questions that were great, but we don't have time for that. But we do have time for Sam's suggestion.
All right. Suggestions. I got another YouTube channel for you guys.
All right.
So I know,
No-
you know, this at this point we are in the in between, post Thanksgiving, pre Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever December holiday
I think
you fancy.
Hanukkah is at the time.
Hanukkah,
right? Hanukkah's a week, right?
I think.
I think it starts next week.
Well,
though.
we were going over this last.
It's Chanukah.
Chanukah.
Dreidel, dreidel.
Now that we know what those are,
Chanukah.
but So this probably would have been a better suggestion around Halloween time. But so YouTube channel. It is called Dead Meat. And basically there's a series in particular I really like, which is hosted by he's pretty funny. This guy named James A. Janice. And it's
Agnes?
called
James Agnes?
Janice. James A. Janice.
A.
Like it's an.
I thought you were saying it really
like,
slow.
why are you saying it
Yeah.
weird? A. Janice. Agnes?
Agnes?
No. That's a good joke though. And he hosts a series called Kill Count. And basically they'll go through
movies and get their
they'll go through all the various horror franchises.
I didn't know the channel though. I've seen this though. Yeah.
He's funny, and they basically just go through all the various horror franchises. Like they go anywhere from like the real indie and classic to the more contemporary, and like even franchise films. So like recently he went through like a good chunk of like the Hellraiser movies, but basically they'll just summarize or recap the plot of whatever movie they're covering that week, and even like throw in like some jokes and trivia about the production and all that stuff, and it'll close the thing off with like the kill count. So it's like however many people died over the course of the movie, and he'll like break that down into like how many kills per minute, and it's a real fun way of like ingesting horror. It's like without having to watch a whole movie. Yeah. So it's like the clip notes.
They show the movie.
They show clips of the movie
and
with scenes and stuff.
It's like the one guy that does like he always says what's wrong with this movie, and he does like 30 things he hates about.
Oh, that everything wrong. Not quite like that.
But they show clips.
They show actual footage and stills and whatnot.
Thank you, YouTube, for not being giant dicks about that. I'm talking to you, Twitch.
I hear he does occasionally have to deal with like the strike stuff.
DMCA.
Yeah. But it's a great channel.
You
He's a
would
good
think they
host.
just want the money, like.
Yeah, it's free.
Ad.
It's a free advertising. And some of these movies are so old and obscure. It's like the boost.
And
is
unlike us,
nice.
he has the subscribers.
Yeah.
So he's making money on our OG content.
Right.
We have ads on our videos, and we don't get anything.
YouTube.
We just need 9,827 followers to go.
Right. And so yeah, that's my suggestion this week. That's
awesome.
It's a good show, and there's a complimentary podcast that goes along with it too. So
podcast too?
yeah, I haven't listened to a lot of it, but it's more of the same.
Awesome. Thank you for that, and thank you for watching and or listening.
Keep drinking, keep listening. Beer Me That Beer is a San Diego-based craft beer YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and podcast show.
And for more of us, check out beardmethatbeer.com. That's beardmethatbeer.com. If you want to reach out directly to us, email us at bmtbinfo@gmail.com. That's bmtbinfo@gmail.com.